Should you buy gold as a hedge against inflation? Let's talk about it. In one of my most recent videos, one of you guys commented and asked me this question, and it was such a good comment that I wanted to actually turn it into a full-length YouTube video to address that question. If you'd like one of your questions answered in a similar form, please feel free to go down to the comment section below, comment, and if it's good enough, I will make a YouTube video about it. You guys inspire some of the content that I make here. So to fully answer this question, I need to go over a couple of things. Number one, what cash is and isn't. Number two is, should you be putting a significant portion of your net worth into gold, or are there other avenues that might be more beneficial for you? And then I will wrap this all up with a nice little bow. So let's get into what cash is and isn't. So cash is just a medium of exchange that we use to buy and sell goods and services. And so it is not a storage of wealth. But that does not mean that it is worth less. A lot of people say that cash is trash, but there are some real reasons that I would recommend that you have cash. Number one being a high yields savings account where I would put 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses for an emergency fund, or bare minimum $10,000. This is what is going to help weather you through financial downturns, and gold can be a little bit more difficult because there can be some liquidity issues. It can be a little bit more difficult to sell gold and get the cash. And the same thing can be an issue with something like cryptocurrencies, where it's not difficult to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, but due to the volatile nature of those things, I need to know how much money I have saved for an emergency. I just find that a little bit more daunting of a place to keep my emergency liquid savings. Another reason that you would want to have a high yield savings account is for saving up for big purchases. Anything from real estate, vacations, or a car can be reasons to have money in a high yield savings account. Now let's address whether or not gold is a good place to be storing your net worth. It's not really a yes or no question, it's more of a maybe. There are some things that I would say that you should address before you start getting into gold and cryptocurrency. Number one is, I would always recommend that you tackle your debt. A lot of people are putting the cart before the horse by investing into gold and cryptocurrencies when they are drowning with credit card debt and student loans. And so that is going to be a lot more of a benefit to you by paying off those debts than you are ever going to protect yourself by hedging against inflation with gold and crypto. Then I would say that if you don't have any real estate, that's probably where I would focus some of my funds after I have paid off my debt and saved up that emergency fund. The reason being is somebody's personal residence is their primary storage of net worth. That's where most people have the majority of their net worth. And so because of that, you can kind of see real estate as a forced savings account. Most people aren't setting aside a significant portion of their net worth into like the stock market or into savings. So you can kind of see real estate as a savings account. It does go up in value over time and you are able to liquidate it. That is something that is very necessary. Now, gold has some of the same liquidity issues that housing has, but for most people, I would always recommend buying a personal residence before I would invest in gold, because you need somewhere to live. After that, I would look into growing my money. And there's two really good ways to grow your money. Number one would be investing in the stock market through either a 401k or a Roth IRA. I would definitely take those before I start investing in gold. Now, the reason for that is that with a 401k, a lot of companies offer 401k match contributions. So that's literally free money. So you're not getting that with the gold. So I would always take a 401k contribution and a match over investing in gold, as well as investing in a Roth IRA. The benefit of investing in a Roth IRA, and you can buy gold in an ETF form instead of a Roth IRA as well. So I mean, you could do that. But the reason I would invest in a Roth IRA is because after a certain amount of time, you're able to take that money out tax-free. And so there's just some tax implications and benefits that you get with a Roth IRA that you're not going to get in just buying gold on the open market. And then finally, business. I would focus on starting something like a YouTube channel, like what I'm doing here, or any sort of side business like lawn cutting or hair trimming. And those things can be things that you can focus on before you get into the goal. But if you have done all of those things and you've exhausted all of those investment opportunities and wealth growing tools, then I would look into hedging against all of those things with gold and cryptocurrencies. But I would not put a very significant portion of my net worth into those, just due to the volatile nature and the liquidity issues that I talked about before, and the income generation issues that gold doesn't have. It just doesn't really generate anything. And so because of that, I would only put anywhere from 5 to 10% of my net worth into anything like a Bitcoin or gold or silver or any of that kind of stuff. Now, it can be a really good hedge when all of those other things can drop, or maybe they stagnate a little bit. Gold can do better and Bitcoin can do better in some certain scenarios, and there is real value in them. I'm not denying that, but there are just these other things that I would focus on before I ever went into gold and crypto. So in conclusion, I would say, number one, focus on saving up for an emergency fund, paying down debt, then invest into the stock market, get that 401k match, invest in a Roth IRA. Then I would look into real estate as well. Actually, I would do the real estate before the investing, well, all of these things can be done simultaneously, but then I would focus on business, and then I would get into the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and, gold. So that's just what I would do. But if you want advice that's a little bit more personalized, a little bit more tailored to your own financial situation, you can go down and schedule a one-on-one coaching call with me, where I will sit down with you via Zoom call, and I will discuss what you can do and some of the advice that I would give you on your own personal financial situation to try to help you optimize whatever situation you're in. So if that sounds like something that you could benefit from, go down there, click the link, and schedule a call. And as always, thanks for watching.